Hey guys, welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks so much for being here, for being subscribed. If you're not, go ahead and hit that button. And if you're listening to this on YouTube, hit that like button. It's like walking into the room and hitting that light switch. We just want to go ahead and brighten up the place. So let's get into this podversation/reality chat. Guys, I want to do a reaction. I actually started to listen to this, but I said, you know what? Let's wait. I'm going to do this in real time with you all by listening to this, I'm going to call it documentary, but it's supposed to be a documentary about Martell Holt, the rise before the fall. And it's from this YouTube channel, sensibilityspeaks, I believe. I'll put a link to the channel in the description box. You can go over there and check it out yourself to watch it and even subscribe to the channel. But I want to listen to it with you guys and just give my reaction as I listen to it. So let's just go ahead and get into it.
Hey, this is Sensibility Speaks. Welcome to my channel. Thanks for stopping by, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
This channel discusses trending topics, celebrity news, and reality TV.
My story begins here in Terror Heights. As a young boy, growing up in a single-parent home, it was very challenging. Growing up poor, it put us in an awkward position, especially for me when going to school, being bullied, not being able to wear the clothes that others had on, the shoes or the latest shoes. I got tired of having less than. So I started cutting grass, started raking leaves, so therefore I could start buying my own clothes and certain shoes. I never still had the best because, each yard I probably charged about $5 a cut in my neighborhood. When I say the cards weren't on my side, they were not on my side. I think that the bullying forced me to really stand up even stronger. And it forced me to get into fights, caused me to be angry. With that being said, I was sent to an alternative school, 6th or 8th year, but I stayed the entire year because of my trouble there.
I'm going to pause it there for a moment. So the beginning is talking about his years as a youth, talking about growing up poor. And to be honest with you, I see this for what it is. I don't feel sorry for him one bit because a lot of people have that same story and they don't grow up to treat the people who love them like shit. And that's exactly what he did to Melody, and nobody's going to feel sorry for him that has real sense about themselves, that knows the truth that he's living up until this very day, But this is an attempt to try to change the narrative, to try to rebrand himself. And my mom has this saying, she says, no deliverance, no change. And what she means by that, and I'm not trying to relate that to Andrew Caldwell. I'm not gay no more. I'm delivered. Okay. But what she's basically saying is that people who don't really have a real introspective look within themselves and do the real work to make change on themselves, like really, really getting into therapy, really getting into counseling, really getting into educating themselves, changing some things in their lives, they don't change. They just try to, I'll just say, picture a chalkboard. You know how a chalkboard is. You write on the chalkboard, you can erase with the eraser all you want, but that chalkboard is still going to be cloudy. And sometimes it's been so written on that you can even see the remnants of the chalk writing that was on there. So what's done is done unless you actually change that chalkboard. And with this person, this rebranding that he's trying to do is just not going to work for him. It's like, I don't know how many times like the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. He's tried to do the rebranding thing before. He is who he is. He does not want to do the real work to change who he is. And so nothing's going to change for him. So this rebranding effort, it's bull.
After high school, my life began to change a lot. I finally made my mind up to go to college. I received a football scholarship to Alabama A&M University. And my life with football on campus, to me, it was pretty amazing. I would have thought I was the man on campus, the guy could do no wrong, the guy that had everything that he wanted. And I think that was one of my problems too. I just was a little too arrogant. I played football for 4 years, but my senior year, I dropped out. What really made me, I would say, drop out was the passing of my grandmother, who was very influential in my life, who kind of helped mold who I was as well over the years. After I dropped out of college, I went straight into the mortgage industry, which only lasted me about a year and a half. After that, I became a detention officer for the Madison County Sheriff's Department, where it was more of me interacting with inmates. And actually, it was like a lot of people that I knew back from Terry Heights, where I grew up from, which was like more of a damper on things, because here I am trying to tell all these guys what to do and how to do, when to wake up, when they can eat. And these are people that I not only went to school with, but these are some of the people that I played with in the community. I lost my job as a detention officer, and my life seemed it was over at that point. I was at my lowest point in life. To me, it was like I lost everything. My car, my home, furniture. Moved back in with my mom. Friends, they turned their back on me. Family members weren't doing certain things that I was asking. So it was very challenging for me.
I'm pausing it right there because, see, this is the typical hotel. He's blaming other people for his problems. Listen, people go through things in life, and sometimes we make the bad and wrong decisions because we're going through a state of depression or whatever. That can happen, and I definitely get that. But he's not. If you're going to do this documentary the right way, you really need to be honest, and he isn't. He's not really giving the reasons. He just said he dropped out of college. What made him drop out of college was he lost his grandmother. What really does that even mean? It doesn't even make sense. And then he talked about he was a senior in college and then he dropped out. He was playing football on a football scholarship, mind you, and he dropped out his senior year. Why did you drop out? What really happened? Like, what did you do? Like, let's just be honest. And he's not being honest. And he goes into blaming other people. People weren't doing what I wanted them to do. People weren't doing what I asked them to do. So he's just been this way.
I got back into college, and it was even challenging for me at that point too, because a lot of the teachers there, even students, they looked at me as if I didn't belong. But I made it up in my mind that I was going to finish school, and this is where I met my lovely wife, Melody. So I finished. So now I finished college, and now I became a teacher. But all along, I was always an entrepreneur. My principal came into my classroom, gave me an ultimatum, and said, Martell, now you own your phone quite too much conducting business, but you are doing a great job teaching these kids. So that afternoon, I went to his office and I told him that I was going to resign. Now, I have unlimited amount of time and efforts that I can put into my business. I went from $20-some thousand with my business to over six figures, which is about $120-some thousand in 1 year. I was facing more opportunities that will give me a even better lifestyle. So we ventured off into something that you call property preservation, dealing with foreclosed properties. Our business grew. One thing I would say is word of mouth. because of the quality that we was giving to our customers over the years. And also, I would take it back to when we were, cutting up flyers and handing flyers out to customers trying to gain their business. One of my fraternity brothers was telling me about his mom doing what you call property preservation, which is preserving foreclosed properties for different banks. His mom was doing this in Texas, and he knew that we cut grass. So he was like, "You should give my mom a call." So not only were we cutting grass at these properties, but we were changing locks, we were cleaning, we were doing what you call like an initial secure. So we went from just cutting grass now to actually working on these properties for HUD and for Bank of America and Chase Bank and people like that. I would say some of the keys to our success was really simple. It was dedication, hard work, and having that willingness to not give up when things get a little difficult. My wife had to encourage me to continue on when we were dealing with these houses, because it seemed as if the money I was making off of my landscaping business almost seemed like we were losing money over on the property preservation side. So Melody, she kept saying that it was going to get better. And millions of dollars later, it has gotten better.
Listen, I guess he rented a Lamborghini for this documentary. Okay, I don't know if these are scenes from previous to now, or these are new things that he did, because if this is new, he definitely rented this Lamborghini for this documentary, because if you watch it, not if you watch it, but when you watch it, you will see he's driving and then he's leaning on this white Lamborghini, and it's just like, okay, really? You couldn't afford to pay for dinner for Sheree's birthday for the guests, and now we're believing that you're actually driving around in a Lamborghini. But they say that's what the guys down there do in Huntsville. They love to rent the luxury sports vehicles, and that doesn't take much. That doesn't equal wealth.
God was really trying to teach me and mold me for the moments that I'm living in now. It prepared me for being able to make the type of money I make, be around the people that I'm around, shake the hands that I shake, and still carry on my daily life. That hard work, man. You know how it always was. Hard work. Yep. There it is.
Yeah, because you always try to make me do that.
There it is. Yep. You and Andrew, y'all didn't want to work. What I want people to get from me is more of, I love helping people. I love helping people grow in terms of never leave anyone behind, whether that's business, whether that's anything personal, whether that's school. I feel that everyone has that opportunity, but not everybody sees that moment.
All right, so that's the end of that. I don't know if there's going to be another part to it, or if this is just a snippet of a longer documentary. We don't really need that, though, because, again, I just feel that this is something that he's done to try to rebrand himself. But he had to give it to Melody, and I don't believe that he even gave her enough credit when it came to the things that he talked about in this documentary, because if it were not for him being with her, he wouldn't be where he is today. And, that's really sad when you really think of what most people see as the dynamic of what a relationship is supposed to be between a husband and a wife. It's usually the man that would be the head, and the woman would be the helpmeet. They would be, not saying that they wouldn't be doing their own things or being successful or having their own business, or if you have a joint business, that they're not doing things that are really bringing profit and revenue into the business as well. But since she decided to leave him, nothing has been going in his favor. And I believe it's because she was definitely the brains in the relationship. You heard him talking about when they had the property preservation business and when they were trying to gain clients, how they would cut fresh flowers and take them to people to promote themselves and introduce themselves. You can guarantee that that was something that Melody thought of. That was definitely not his idea. But yeah, when it comes to this documentary or dogumentary, if you want to call it that, which is what I do, when it comes to him, there's really nothing to it. The story has been told over and over again. Nothing that he shared is new, but he's just trying to get people to see him in a different light. And even people who are blind can see right through him. So I just wanted to talk about that. I thought it was funny seeing him in this rented Lamborghini driving around. And then there was the one shot where they zoomed in on the dashboard of the word Lamborghini. And it's like, okay, we get it. We get it. Because not once since he's been on Love and Marriage Huntsville have we seen him driving around in a sports car. He's always usually driving around in a black SUV or a pickup truck. I have not once seen him driving around in a sports car. So I guess he's trying to get like Marceau. We've seen him driving around in these sports cars with the butterfly doors, which to me look corny, but whatever, to each their own. Because it's like you're driving around in sports cars with butterfly doors, but you're renting an apartment or a duplex and you still can't get your Scott Manor, your dream home built on these acres of land that you own yet. Where are your priorities? But yeah, Martell, better known as Hotel, always known as Arion's baby wipe, he is trying to change the narrative and rebrand himself to make himself seem like a changed man, someone who's ready for business, someone that's serious. He needs the money, but I just believe that he'll be better off if he just goes and makes himself productive on someone else's job and sign up for the company 401k plan, get the health plan, get the life insurance, work until it's time for you to retire, collect your Social Security. But trying to be a business owner and an entrepreneur isn't for everyone. And someone like him, he definitely isn't just cut out for it. He's not. And he does not have the crutch that he used to have, which was Melody. So anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts about it in the comment section. Thank you so much for being here, for liking and subscribing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until the next time, I wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.